Merhaba, ben Zeycan Yıldırım. Yarı Amerikalıyım, yarı Türk'üm. Yıldırım Group'un CMO'suyum, Chief Marketing Officer. Aynı zamanda kıdemli direktörüm, Zeycan Yıldırım Vakfı'nda. Küçükken hep hayırlı, severli iş yapmak isterdim. Şimdi de yapıyorum. Kendimi çok şanslı hissediyorum. When somebody is attacking you, there's offense and there's defense, and we're teaching women defense. We're not teaching them to fight their husbands, their partners, or men in the street. We're teaching them how to defend themselves when they're met with violence. It's really hard to measure how many women we've actually touched because there is nothing to be able to measure it. The only thing that we can measure is how many free self-defense classes we've given, and the number has reached over 550. But we know that proud of is that Samsunspor started the purple jersey first from what we know of, because I didn't see this idea anywhere. But after us, we noticed that Argentina milli takımı made a Mor Forma for cinsiyet eşitliği and also supporting the end of male violence against women. I was 8 years old when I first realized that I was different than other children around me. There was a very particular incident where my dad was driving a car in Ortaköy, and I was 8 years old, and there was another kid that was 8 years old, and he was begging for money. He was trying to open the door. He was hanging onto the car. And I was a kid. I didn't really understand why I was in a luxury car and he was living on the street. And at that time, I started to understand that there was an imbalance of power and an imbalance of wealth. And I knew that I didn't want to feel more lucky or more privileged than others. And I knew that I wanted to help others feel confident, secure, but also have the same opportunities as me. And I think that's where my love for philanthropy grew. 40 yaşımda kendi vakfımı istiyordum. Moda okudum, hem işletme okudum. Ama modada kendimi sadece ismimi tanıtmak istedim dünyaya ve o isimle güçlü bir ses istiyordum. Ve o sesle dünyanın en çok çarpıcı konularında hakkında konuşmak istedim. Yani modaya sadece kendi kariyerim için değildi ama kendimi tanıtmak istedim dünyaya. Ondan sonra o isimle hayırseverlik işine döndürmek istedim. Ve benim planım da 40 yaşlarında kendi vakfımı kurmak istedim. Ama 27 yaşımda oldu. At the Garip'in Zeycan Yıldırım Foundation, gender equality is really important for us, but specifically ending male violence against women is an area that I really like to focus on. And for this, we give free self-defense classes for women all across Türkiye. We really try to show them that within the first 10 seconds of attack, it's crucial to be able to do the right moves so that way they're able to escape or at least have a surviving chance of whatever the attack is. I think it's an actually very ignorant comment, because when a woman is subjected to violence, she has two options. She either takes it and she gets beat up or she dies, or she protects herself and maybe she's able to escape it. So when somebody is attacking you, there's offense and there's defense, and we're teaching women defense. We're not teaching them to fight their husbands, their partners, or men in the street. We're teaching them how to defend themselves when they're met with violence. It's really hard to measure how many women we've actually touched because there is nothing to be able to measure it. The only thing that we can measure is how many free self-defense classes we've given, and the number has reached over 550. But we know that proud of is that Samsunspor started the purple jersey first from what we know of, because I didn't see this idea anywhere. But after us, we noticed that Argentina milli takımı made a Mor Forma for cinsiyet eşitliği and also supporting the end of male violence against women. And they won the World Cup. So that was really exciting. We know that almost 1 billion people watched the World Cup. Also, FC Barcelona, they created purple as their official color because their colors are red and blue, and they said that cinsiyet eşitliği is in our DNA, it's in our blood, and we're also fighting violence against women. Samsunspor went purple on our social medias in November of last year, and then March this year for International Women's Day, Barcelona did the same thing. So it could be a coincidence, or it could be that people are watching what we're doing as a football club for cinsiyet eşitliği. So we think that our reach is millions of people, whether it's men or women, but our target is actually men, because men are the ones that are hurting and killing the women. So this was a farkındalık kampanyası, and our whole Bütün amacımız zaten erkeklere ulaşmaktır ve futbolda bunu yaptık diyebilirim. A part of the foundation, because I wanted to keep this up. I didn't want to just make a Mor Forma and then finish the deal. And since I was the executive director of the foundation, that was how we were able to bring it in and continue it. At the Zeycan Yıldırım Foundation, because we started with the Mor Forma and Samsunspor, the first thing that we wanted to do was something very reactive. And the quickest thing to do when a woman is met with violence is that they can react and they can defend themselves. So we first started with giving free self-defense classes and teaching women how to protect themselves in the first critical 10 seconds, because that is the strongest chance that you can either escape the attack and have a higher survival chance. So we started with free self-defense classes, then we moved to give psychological support to Mor Forma Kampanyası. And with them, we make sure that we're helping women living in shelters, having unfortunately experienced abuse with their children, that they're understanding that there is life after this, because it's very easy to become a victim. It's very easy to get caught in circumstances, but we're trying to show them that you can still live a very happy and fulfilling life, but you have to work and move through the trauma. So psychological support is very important. We're also trying to focus on economic empowerment of women, for women subjected to male violence to own their story, however it is. For some, it's to be silent and not share. For others, it's to be very loud and vocal. We don't get to choose how other people experience or if they should tell their story. It would be wrong for me or anyone to say, you have to be like this or you have to be like that. That happened to them, and people process things differently. But if a woman does have courage to speak out, I would definitely encourage her to use that, because the more we hear these stories, the more we understand it's a bigger problem. And the more we understand it's a bigger problem, then we can actually work to create solutions and normalize it. But when there's only a few outlier cases where one here, we don't really hear about it, we say, no, the world is actually not like this. It just happened to them. But this is actually a collective thing that happens to women all around the world.
Bir kadının acısı tüm toplumun acısıdır. Bu acıyı iyileştirdiğimizi, engellediğimizi düşünün. Herkesin özgürce, güvende yaşadığı bir dünyayı. Biz de buna inanarak dünyanın en ağır formasını yarattık. 15 farklı dilde tek bir mesaj. Şimdi bu formayı ve bu mesajı hep birlikte taşıyacağız. Tüm dünyaya yeter artık diye haykıracağız. Her bir formanın satışından elde edilecek gelirle kadın hakları için mücadele eden derneklerin projelerine destek olacak ve kadına şiddeti birlikte durduracağız.